This is Dr. Kenny. We want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel, like it, and make necessary comments. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Just as I've been introduced, my name is Dr. Kenny, and I'm excited to be one of your hosts tonight. Just like Bishop said, we're going to go straight to the point because what we're discussing tonight is not new to many of us, but what is needed is action. And so to start tonight, I want to start with a very good question. And the question is, what is your net worth? Most times, when we think about the rich people of the world, the first thing even the media will not allow them to rest. They keep on asking them what their net worth is from time to time. And they will tell you the richest man in the world, this is his net worth. And they begin to tell you from time to time. If you are not careful, we know the richest man in Africa and so on and so forth. And their net worth is not far-fetched. And so the same question, I think is also important that we ask ourselves. Oh, I'm afraid our 500 capacity is fully met. I thought we will not get to this point. Maybe we need to make arrangements subsequently. Okay, so let's go ahead. But before we can understand what your net worth is, you really need to understand the meaning of that. And I want to say that net worth is just the difference between the asset and liability. That is net worth. Of course, we know that what liabilities are and what assets are. But for you to be in a good financial state, it is important for you to ensure that your asset is bigger than your liability. In a situation whereby your asset is not, your asset is lower, or your liability is far more than your asset, then you're not in a good financial state. And this might not be too good for us. And so I also want you to note that it is not the amount of your income that matters. And that is why your income is not actually reflected in this calculation. That means that your net worth does not necessarily depend on the amount of what you earn, but rather what you do with what you earn. And what I'm saying is that when you earn so much and you refuse to invest, you're not likely to be in a good shape when it comes to the net, to what your net worth is. And so, ladies and gentlemen, one thing that will make our net worth to value is when we have assets. And one way for us to increase our assets is when we begin to invest. All of us know that these days, there's no amount of what we earn that can do something good for us because of devaluation. And most times, the value of your naira today is not the same value tomorrow. And so something has to be done in order for us to be able to meet our financial demands. And one way in which we can meet our financial demand that can give us a passive income is online opportunities. Online opportunities. Why did I say that? Because online opportunities still allow you to go through your normal business. If you're a teacher, it does not stop you from being a teacher. If you are an architect, it does not stop you from going to sites, and so on and so forth. But it's also very important for us to know that many people have tried in this regards, at least to try so many opportunities when it comes to online, but many people's fingers have been burnt because of unfortunate instances when it comes to online opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I also need to let you know that if we do not take advantage of online opportunity, it will be difficult for us to be able to increase our and net worth. What am I saying tonight? And so when you ask people about their experience about honor opportunity, many does not have a good story to tell. But I want to announce to you tonight that in fact, the fact that there are fake does not mean that there are no genuine opportunity. And so how do you recognize a good opportunity when you see it? The first thing you must consider is the fact that what are the integrity of the owners? Are they reputable? Do they have integrity? And these are the important things that we need to be looking for. Do they have solid and credible track record when it comes to what they have done in the past and what they are doing at the moment? Do they have the experience? Do they have what they are promised to deliver to us? And so on and so forth. And of course, what about the license and regulation? Is it possible that the opportunity they are presenting to you, one day they will just say, you don't have right to do this, and the company collapse? Those are the things we must watch for. The owner of the opportunity you are looking into, are they accessible? Can you ask them questions directly? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to inform you that the opportunity I'm going to be presenting to you tonight has passed quite a number of these tests. And I will not be surprised if a representative of this company is on the call tonight. This is important that we look out for these things so that we will not be biting our fingers as usually the case. And so which opportunity are we presenting to you tonight? The company we're talking about, which is Intelligence Prime Capital, one of the things they do is that they have found a solution into the Forex markets. Forex market is not something small. It's something that has been from time immemorial. And many of the Forex traders, as many that are on call tonight, they will agree with me that Forex is a very big market. In fact, we have it on record that the volume of transaction on a daily basis is very huge, as you will soon see. We have been able to gather that Forex market has high liquidity, up to about 6 trillion US dollar on a daily basis when it comes to the volume of transaction. And so this industry is not something that should be left behind. We should see what we should gain out of it. But I must tell you that many people have tried their best. Many people have gone to learn. They have learned, so they have spent a lot of money. But the case is not always what they expect at the end of the day. And so this company came with something fantastic, which I'm going to be explaining to you. And so if you want to be involved in Forex trading, there are 3 major ways in which you can be involved. The first one is that you may want to be a personal trading, which is very common to many of us. The second one is copy trading. What do I mean by personal trading? Personal trading is that you take all the decision yourself based on the knowledge that you have. And in this case, you are limited because you cannot do far more than the knowledge that is available to you. And when you come to copy trading, you just want to copy a particular trader that you think is experienced. So if the man make loss, you make loss. If the man gains, you gain. And so this company has come with another method that I call artificial intelligence system analysis. And this system has given us an opportunity for many of us that don't know anything about Forex to partake in this very large market. And what do? They use robots in combination with artificial intelligence to do what ordinary we might not be able to do. Now, let's see why this method is very, very efficient. I want us to see the comparison when we compare manual trading with this particular method that this company is using. Number one, the speed of analysis and data interpretation is limited if you want to trade on your own. And of course, emotions cannot be ruled out when you are doing your personal trading. But these are the areas that this robot has an edge for us. And it has been established that this robot, after it has been put to test for quite a number of time, they have been able to come out with what the robot can do. Just like I was discussing with somebody today, and he said, Forrest, I don't think I'm interested. I don't know about it. And I said, with this company, you don't need to know about forex trading. The company does everything for you. All you have to do is to sign up. And so which company are we talking about tonight? We're talking about Intelligence Prime Capital, which is a company that is committed to providing global users with comprehensive suite of digital asset services, and so on and so forth. One thing that interests me about them is the fact that they are open to new innovations. And I will not be surprised tomorrow if they come out with something that will be of great value to their members. Because from time to time, they are moving from one level of improvement to another. This company, just like I said at the beginning, has been registered in Canada and have obtained necessary regulatory licenses, which I'm going to be showing you in a moment from now. It has also been confirmed that the Artificial Intelligence Analysis Trading System, which is called the AIA robot system, works by agreeing with market information, transaction for volume, and other relevant data to accurately predict market trends. And this thing eventually came out after several times of test and analysis. And it has been confirmed that this robot has a winning rate of about 97%. I think that is interesting. I want to explain that shows that if the robot takes about 100 trades, out of that 100 trades, is expected to win 97 out of it, which is good. Now, this company have been able to transcend territories. Some of the countries which they started from are Nigeria. I want to put Nigeria first because I'm sure we're doing well in Nigeria. United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, and Cameroon and Ghana as well. Now, there are quite a number of other countries that have actually joined them that are not listed here. I'm sure of France, I'm sure of Colombia, I'm sure of quite of other countries. That shows that the business is growing. Now, we also have evidence that the certification and the regulatory, the regulation that we talk about is true. And these are the evidences. You can see the certificates that is projected before you. You can see the address that is registered for this company in Canada and other certification that I'm going to be showing you. Apart from their regulation and registration in Canada, they also have registration and license with the US Digital Asset Regulatory License, which is MSP. And these are institutions that deal with finance and give them the authority to do what they are doing now. The Australian Security and Investment Commission, ASIC, is the last registration that they just achieved. And these have added another point to what they have been able to establish. That shows that the company is being recognized. The company is being supported by many countries and institutions. This is the evidence of the license that I've just talked about. If you are able to see this slide very well, you will see the name of the company, which is Intelligence Prime Capital, and the rest is the regulatory license number. This cannot be forged. And some of the things I've been talking about, we can also go and verify them ourselves so that we can develop more confidence in the business we're talking about. Now, apart from these licenses, one thing that interests me is the core value of this organization. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think integrity is the key thing. If the owner of the fund, of the business, decide to run away with your fund, if without integrity, it will be difficult to be able to keep. But when they have integrity, I can tell you that they will value their customers and we can work together for long. And so that's why the fact that they have integrity and accountability, they have innovation, and they create value for whatever they are doing. And it's also important for us to know that there is continuous improvement in what they have been delivering. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to introduce to you Intelligence Prime Capital. Because when you join this company, you are 100% hands-free when it comes to Forex trading. You don't need to know how to trade. All you have to do is to join this company and you will get your reward as expected. For many of us that are traders, world-class platform, which is MT4, should not be new to us. And they have a relationship with this platform. And when you join, you will have your own account. You can also view and see the traders being taken for you on a daily basis. And this is how your account will look like. On your MT4, you can see the profit that is made for you per day. For example, this account has a trading capital of 250.1. And I'm not saying exactly it is this account that give these profits. I'm just trying to tell you that when you check your MT4, the first thing you will see at the top is the profit that the robots make for you per day. And you can also check what profit the robot has made either for the whole of the week or for the whole of the month. Now, let's look in-depthly into these robots. What are these robots? How do they do? What do they do? And what are their classification? Now, there are three types of robots: the smart robot, the brilliant one, and the genius one. These three robots are the same in terms of the minimum trading capital, which is $100, but they are different in terms of the cost of purchase. The smart robot will cost 19.9, brilliant one will cost 39.9, and the genius robot will cost 99.9. Now, let's look closely and see other details about this robot. Now, the smart robot that costs 19.9 can do up to 15% return on your investment on a monthly basis. The brilliant can do 30%. The genius robot can do 45%. And I think this is what everybody is using. But the cost of acquiring is also different, just as I've mentioned. The highest is 99.9. Another thing that we should note is that when you use the genius robot, there's no amount, there's no limit to the capital you can use for your trading capital. But when you use the smart robot, you are only limited to deposit 300 USDT, while the brilliant, you are only limited to 1,000. But I think even if you are trading 100, it's better just close your eyes and go for the genius robots at once. Why do you have to choose this company? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time you are hearing about robots. We have heard that robots has been in terms of forex trading, but when this robot came, it was clearing that this is different. It is different in terms of the efficiency. It is different in terms of the volume and the performance that they can do. In fact, on daily basis, before the hour of 8 a.m. or 10 a.m., the robot are finished trading, and you can see what the robot has made for you. I've mentioned all these points, but it's also important for us to emphasize the fact that the robot can have accuracy of about 97%. Now, how does this robot how were they able to do what they're doing? It's because they have many built-in ability to analyze trade. There are 16 different strategies that this robot can take at the same time. And at the end of the day, it will take the one that is most preferable so that you can have a win for any trade that the robot take for you. These are some of the strategy. The first one is a band scalper. The second one is the BS28 scanner, and so on and so forth, until the last one, which is, like I said, there are about 16 of them, DBAI system. So having said that, let's talk about reward. What am I going to get if I decide to lay aside all that I've known when it comes to forex trading and trust this robot to trade for me? When you come to this company, there are 4 different ways in which you can earn. The first way you can earn is your daily profits, which I've mentioned. It could be up to 45% depending on the type of robot you decide to use. And also, if you decide to also be an active member by telling others about this business, you have access to what we call referral bonuses. You'll be paid referral bonus on the purchase of the robots. You will also be paid referral bonus on the trading capital of the fellow that you're bringing into the business. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth way of learning, which is very fantastic, is what we call the management bonus. The management bonus. This management bonus is very exciting, and it's something that we must try to get details about. Now, we should also note that wisdom is good. And what is the wisdom tonight? The wisdom tonight is that we should try and leverage on important information. Many of us have been hearing about this, but we're still not doing something about it. But I want to encourage you tonight. It is wisdom. If you take a look at what we have been saying about this business, and I tell you, it's good when you work smart. It is not all hard work that brings success, but hard work with wisdom makes a difference. This is the details of the referral bonus I mentioned to you. You have 10% on the people you invite. Assuming this guy bought the Genos robots, you will be paid 10% of the cost of the robots, which is $10 from the $100, and so on and so forth. The same thing applies to the trading capital. Assuming after buying the Genos robot, he decided to deposit $1,000 for the trading capital, you are still going to get 10% of this trading capital. You can imagine what you can be earning from time to time. Now, let's talk about the management bonus, because gradually I'm getting to the end of my presentation. Now, the management bonus is based on your performance, and it varies from levels to level. Currently, these are the criteria that you need in order to be able to get to this level. The first level is what we call leader. All you have to do is to bring in someone that is investing $100 and you're already a leader. Be a supervisor, you will have a personal sales of 500 and group sales of 1,000. But under this level shows the level that you can earn from. When you are a department manager, you can earn up to the 6th level. When you are a shareholder director, you can earn up to 20 level. Now, let's see what you earn from level to level. Level 1, you will earn 30% of the profit of those guys that are on your first level. You will earn 20% of the people on your second level, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to announce to you that on this platform, if you are able to do your work very well, you can earn over 100,000 US dollar on a monthly basis. This is just an analysis of how you can achieve it. You just come in with 20 people that are ready to do 1,000 naira each. If they do that, and the robot make $450, which is 45% of their capital, with 20 people, you will earn 2,700 in a month, just from the 20 people. That is 30% of 2,000 of their profits. That is very fantastic. And the second level, all you have to do, encourage these 20 people to also sponsor 3 people and let that process continue. Then you encourage these 60 people to also sponsor another 3 people each, and they will become 180. 3 times 60 brings 180. I hope you understand that. So that is how they were able to come to this figure. But I must tell you that already we have people that are earning as much as this on a monthly basis. I'm not saying this to scare you, but I'm just trying to say this so that we can know that this platform really pays and has come to be a blessing. Now, as I round up tonight, I want to announce to you that a number of our people go through a lot in order to earn foreign currency. Most times, our people travel abroad in an illegal way and they waste their life. Most times, they don't even get there and they cannot even come back to their country. The picture you are seeing is a true picture of what people go through just because they want to earn dollars. But when you join IPC, I tell you, for many of us that are here, every Saturday we get our dollars, our USDT, which is equivalent to dollars. When you change your money, you get your money the same day. In fact, within 30 minutes, your money is paid. And so quite a number of our people went through a lot. In fact, they are still going through a lot in order to be able to get to this level. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need this experience. You don't need desert experience for you to earn dollar. All you have to do is to key into this opportunity and you will continue to enjoy. And lastly, I must say that the company has also put in place sustainability strategy. Somebody will ask, do you think they will be able to pay all that you are talking about? Yes, because they have their own strategy in place. One of the first things I will say is that when you join the company takes 20% of your investment and lock it up as a security deposit. What do I mean by that? If you pay the company 1,000 naira today, and tomorrow you want to collect your money back, you cannot collect 1,000 back. You can only collect 80% of that money back. And they will allow the balance to trade until they are able to trade to get the value of that money. Another important thing is that when your profit is paid at the end of the week, there is a sharing formula. You take 80% of your profit the company takes 20%. And that cycle continues. The third thing is that when you are making withdrawal, you pay 3 USDT per transaction. Per any withdrawal you are making, you have to pay $3. Do you know how many of us have registered with this company? As at the last count, there are about 50,000 subscribers. 50,000 subscribers. Imagine on a weekly basis, each one of us pay 33 USDT because we're withdrawing. And I think that is not small. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening. And I also want to say that the condition for meeting those rankings is changing by 17th of this January. So within the limited time, you can still try your best to get to your next rank. I want to thank you for listening. I want to appreciate you, especially people that are coming for the first time. Please do not ignore this information. Try your best. Invest as long as your capacity is. And I tell you that you will come back one day. And thank you. Thank you very much for listening. Bishop, it's time to take our question. I've seen quite a number of hands on top at the moment. People are already ready to answer their question. So I think we should just go straight to the question and answer time so that we can meet up with our time schedule. The first fellow I will call is Mr. Williams. Please, can you unmute?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
From Jamaica. What I want to know is, can you modify the performance of the robot? For example, the Genius bot might do up to 40%. Are you able to modify the parameters to say make double what it usually makes? Because why I ask, especially seeing the drawdown, because I am actually logged into a live account and one of the leaders here, and I see every day it does really well. So are you able to modify the parameters to change the return?
Okay, Bishop, please go ahead. Okay, when it comes to modification of the genus, I think the company has come out with what they can do. And I want to believe that that is not possible because what they said is at maximum, genus bot can do 45%. So the modification of the robots might not be possible by their customers.
And just a second question, like I'm in Jamaica, it's difficult to use cryptocurrency. Is that the only way to fund your account? Because I'm already registered, you know, I just cannot, you know, when it comes to the funding, that I'm having difficulty. So that's it for me.
Okay, I think we can just find out.
I can come in right now.
It's true.
Yeah, well, the company told us that it took about 4 or 5 years working on this particular robot. And what they have now, in fact, I think there was a modification, an upgrade that happened within the first 2 months of IPC going public. If they find another breakthrough, they could modify. But for now, we are satisfied with what we can see. Could it do above 45? Well, we don't know. What the company says that the maximum it could do right now is 45. We haven't seen 45 since the upgrade. We've seen 42%, and then it started moving towards December when liquidity was basically thinning out. So we'll leave that for the company to tinker with. They have risk management at the back of their mind. I believe as investors, we would rather go home with a 30% return and some level of security on our funds than a 90% and without security. So we'll leave that for the company to deal with. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bishop Raj. I've also cited FS Chas. FS Chas, you're welcome. I want to call on Mr. Emmanuel. Please unmute and ask your question.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Mr. Emmanuel is muted again.
Please, you can unmute.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Please go ahead.
All right. Yeah, my question is this. I want to know what is the risk, the percentage risk on my capital during the trade of the robots? Like, what amount of my capital is risked by the robot in each trade that is placed? I don't know if we have any details about that.
Yeah.
Then I want to. The other question is this: in one of the Zoom meetings, somebody asked a question regarding purchasing a lower bot, like the smart bot, intelligent bot, and all that. So my question is this: if, for instance, maybe I don't have the money to afford the Genius bot, and I start with maybe the smart bot or the intelligent bot, and then I now get the funds to buy the Genius bot, is my trade, the trade taken by the bot? Because I was made to understand in that meeting that you cannot like upgrade, like add money and to buy a higher bot. If you are buying a lower bot, when you want to buy a higher bot, you have to pay the whole money, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, if I have, it means if I have the smart bot and I then purchase the Genius bot, it means I have two bots working for me. Does it mean that the trades, my account will be traded by two bots, and consequently my percentage per month will be increased? Like, for instance, if I'm having
I think I get your question. So that we don't spend so much. I get your question. I'll start from question number 2. Only one bot can trade on your account per time. So if you are on intelligent bot and you move to Genius bot, only the Genius bot will trade. The intelligent bot will become dormant. So the reason why we advise people to go for the Genius bot, so you don't have to pay twice, and having both bot doesn't mean you're going to have both of them trading for you. Yeah. Now on your risk, the company hasn't given us any specific drawdown limit. However, they've told us that our capital will not be at risk. And we want to believe them, because from the last 6 months, nobody has ended the month crying wolf that my capital disappeared or I lost certain percentage of my capital as a result of trading. Month in, month out is been profit. So yes, they do have losing trades. Yes, every trade will have a level of drawdown, but it ends up in a win. And that is what matters the most. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
I think as a general rule, we should just try as much as possible, just get the Genius bots. Good enough. It is just one-off. It is not that you pay this month, you will pay another month, or you pay this year, you pay another month. FSR, could you please address that issue of somebody that couldn't pay from Jamaica? Do we have an information to that regards?
Basically, I think Binance system is open to a lot of people in different continents with regards to funding of your accounts. So if you have a Binance, you just open a Binance account, and that could be used to fund. But if you don't have Binance, if you have a Trust wallet, you can use your Trust wallet to fund your IPC account. It both works. So I think one of these will also be available for people in different regions as well.
Thank you very much. I think that is very clear. We have at most 5 more questions to take. Please just go straight to the points so that we can. The next fellow is Redmi Note 10. Please unmute. Please go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah, please can you hear me?
Go ahead. We are hearing you.
Okay. My question is, please, I can't say it is a question. I just want you people to give us your word. I want to be sure how long this thing is going to last. Because I've been into so many stuff like this.
Man,
and
this man make us laugh. Yeah.
Yes, I need to put it that way.
Oh,
Yeah, people don't suffer. People are suffering. Don't suffer.
FSR, please, in 1 minute, answer that question.
Okay, so his question is, how long will this system last? That's a difficult question because, one, I am not God. But I can tell you that the system has a model that is sustainable. I look at scientific approach to things. So the business has a model that's sustainable. The business has a forex market that provides the stream of income for us. And if you pull this together, and the bot system is also very effective. So if you put this together, we can say we have a system that could possibly under probability, stay for the next 4 to 5, 6 years, depending on the capacity of the bot system. For me, this rationale is based on the fact that the bot, as I was being told some time ago, has a lifespan of about 5 to 6 years. And if the lifespan is that big, then we should be looking at long term. The Genius bot just clocked about 50K members, and it has capacity to do far more than that. And so there's actually a long time for us to maximize the opportunities we have with regards to this. So I can't say the exact number of duration of the last.
I'm going to.
But based on speculations, we should look at 3 to 5, 6 years by His grace.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I want to call on, please permit me, I want to give preference to some names that are not common. I guess this is their first time, like and I told you, we give preference to first timers on this particular call. Our Thursday's meeting is actually for members, so let's try to hear from them. Mishi, MR, please can you unmute? MRS double E, Mishi, is it there?
Okay, it's actually Mr. Shi, and
Mr. Shi.
I think we can move on. I asked a question earlier today as well.
Okay,
so let's move on. Okay.
All right. Also say Devendra Kalantri. Devendra Kalantri, is it there? Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's ask Mr. Jonathan to unmute.
Hello.
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 This is Devendra Kalantri from India.
Okay, go ahead then.
Sir, I want to know how the company is making profit and how the company is distributing 100% management bonus.
Mr. Raj, did you ask that question?
Yeah, I got the question. This question is, how is the company making profit? The company told us clearly they have several ways of making profit. Aside, I'm sure I heard FS Charles mentioning some of the income streams they make. The 20% profit share to make the $3 transfer fees and some other smaller profits to make. Now, when the bot finished trading for us, they also use the bot to trade these funds 24/7. If you notice, the bot practically trades for us for like 3-4 hours and is done with the 1.2, 1.5 to 2%. The bot continually trades for the company on their own funds. And the more we deposit, the more they have to trade with. So that is where they generate income to pay us by the continuous working of the bot. I know FS Charles will have something to add here. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead, please.
It means that the bot is trading for us only for 3 trades. All right. You mean to say the bot is closing only 3 trades for us
on an average.
But after that 3 trades also, the bot is still going on trading for the company.
Yeah, sure.
Fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so just to add to what Bishop Raj just said, my brother from India, what happens here is that the bots is only unwise for them to be using the bots to make profit for you and not use the bots to make profit for themselves. That would be highly unwise. So basically, the company is giving you 3 trades per day, and that happens in the morning. So the question is, does the bot sit idle? No, obviously the bot doesn't sit idle. It is only common sense for you to understand that there has to be a way that the bot is working for the company. So if the bot is working for the company, the next question is this: what capital is being used for the bot to work for the company? That is the question an intelligent person will ask. Now hear this, and hear this clearly. Remember that when you make a deposit to the system, 20% of your deposits in quotes is kept aside as a security deposit. So let's say, for example, I come in with $1,000. 20% of that is $200. That money is kept by the company. It's more like a kind of security deposit. So what happens is that security deposit is what the bot trades. That money accumulates into millions of dollars, is what the bot used to trade 24 hours. Currently, the bot is trading for the company on those security deposits. So that is where the company uses to generate income for themselves. And from that also, from the profits they make, a substantial amount is also set aside to pay out for the management profits that is given to us at every Saturday. Now, the management profit is not deducted from the 20% of the profit made by the bot for you. It is from this second stream of the security trading that those income generate from. Also remember that the company has a brokerage account, so they generate money from what is called transaction fees. They are also generating money from the sales of the bot itself. They're generating money from $3 charge for every withdrawal. And if you pull this together, they have enough income to pay billions of dollars every Saturday. That is how the company makes money. I hope this is satisfactory enough, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have just 2 more questions to go, but I want to give a lady an opportunity. So a lady now. Abimbola George. Please unmute.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Oh, I thought you were a lady. Just go ahead.
Good day, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please be fast.
Yes, sir. I want to know, concerning the bot, does it mean the bot cannot trade more than 3 times in a week? That is the question number one. And number two, concerning the bot again, is it possible to upgrade those bots from the lower level to the higher level, or it's the way you start, that's the way you continue, sir?
The bot trades in such a way as to generate maximum of 45% in a month. If it takes 2 trades in a day and hits the set target for that day, it is done trading for customers. We've had one instance, in fact, more than 2 instances where it took 4 trades, and one instance where it took more than 4 trades, about 6 trades that particular day. That was because we started that day with losses, right? So, and I think FXG has fully covered that when he mentioned that the bot continues to trade for the company. So the bot has capacity to take more than 3 trades. However, due to risk management around customers' funds, the bot is restricted to daily targets. And once you hit that target, it stops trading. As for upgrading, yes, you can upgrade from a lower bot to a higher bot. However, you have to pay the full fee of subscribing to the higher bot. I believe that answers the question. Thank you.
And so our last question tonight, Vicky Ho.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Victoria. I have 2 questions. I want to know if we need our money back, that is our capital, can we get it? Then the second question is that apart from the individual investment, can we have it done for maybe a group or an institution or an organization? Thank you.
All right. Yes, if you need your capital back, you can get it, albeit not all of it. You can have access to 80% of your capital on an average within 2.5 months, 3 months of joining. So if you join with $100, for instance, on Monday, being today, and you want to have access to your capital, on Saturday, you can have access to $80. Withdrawals of capitals can only be done over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So yes, you can have access to your capital and even more with the interest. Your second question was as regards, what was that again?
If we can have this investment done for an organization.
Oh yes, sure, I remember. Yes, you can have it done for an organization. You just if it is a legal entity, you just need to provide the certificate for that legal entity, and one of the directors also will need to provide a means of identification to substantiate that. So yes, you can do that for an entity. I doubt if you can do for a group if it's not a legal entity, but yes, you could do for a legal entity.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. At this point, we want to thank you for your attention. We have the final word from FS Charles. After then, I will just recognize other leaders in the house. Then we will call it a night. FS Charles, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Kenny. Thank you, Bishop Raj. I want to say a few things. The 17th is very close. So every upgrade you need to do, you have within now and the 15th, they're about to do whatever you need to do. Secondly, there have been persons who complained that they transferred funds from their Binance or from their other wallets, and the funds have not reflected to the IPC back office. So if you go to the group, Mr. Net has given a form for you to fill. You need to state your name, the hash ID of the transaction, the amounts, and so that they can easily resolve that. A lot of things are trapped in the blockchain, so they need to investigate what happens, and that can be sorted out as quick as possible. So if you're in that category, please go to the WhatsApp group, collect the form, send to Mr. Nate, and let that be resolved. I want to thank Bishop Raj and Dr. Kenny, Queen Est, and all the great leaders here, Madam Chiwe if she's here, and IPC, for doing a fantastic job. We have one of the biggest opportunity in our hands to make money for this year. This business has a model that is sustainable. Let's not destroy it with our fake rumors and fake gist. Whatever you don't understand, please ask the leaders, and we'll do our best to clarify issues. For the last time, nobody is going to be demoted. The worst case that can happen is that you will now be earning based on your evaluation of what your group statistics are with regards to personal sales, group sales or personal income. Based on that, your management bonuses will be paid to you based on the category you fall after such evaluation. So let's not spread negative gist, and see you guys next time on this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, for being on the call tonight. And finally, on Thursday, it will be another special night when you can have technical questions, and I'm sure it will be another exciting moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you.